Hi, Adrián. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you.
I wanted to start off by obviously coming away from the weekend. It was such a well-rounded win. It seemed like you and the players were all very much on the same page about what allowed you to play at that level and what worked. When they came back for the first day of training this week, I'm sure you wanted to carry that over and maybe challenge them to repeat this and keep that pattern going. What are the keys to doing that?
Well, it's gonna be a different game. Obviously, every every week is different, but I think the good thing here is that we are improving every week. We are competing much better, and we are more dynamic and more versatile the way that we play, both attacking and defending. And having that game, the other day, I think showed that we are able to have the type of games that we won, especially during 90 minutes. But yeah, now we know that it's gonna be completely different story against a different opponent away, and we need to prepare the game as we are doing, as every week we do, and yeah, try to do our thing, try to be us, and from there, obviously, try to do what we want.
You mentioned that this will be a different game, and it doesn't take much expertise to figure out how good Kansas City is. You just if you watch them play, you watch some highlight clips, even um, the kind of goals they score, the fact that it's always seemingly always a shutout for them defensively. Um, they're obviously a very good team. I'm wondering beyond that obvious stuff, what are you seeing out of them that makes them so strong and so consistent?
Well, I think defensively they are very organized. All players are very committed to defend, and it is a type of team that they don't need the ball too much, and they are very aggressive inside if they win the ball back, especially Labonda and Hatton. Very aggressive. Once they win it back, they are very dangerous in transitions. They have probably one of the best players on top, Chawinga, being very, I think, physical. She's different than the others and threatening those spaces behind. Also, really good players, Cooper, Bia, Devinia, now with center. So they have a lot of threats. And obviously, if you concede spaces, they can attack you easily. And then I think as a team, once you just start winning games, even though maybe the results are not just, they are not scoring, too many goals each game, but they are really, really powerful and they know how to keep the result. They know how to be compact. They know how to defend the box. And again, knowing that at some point they are going to have chances enough to put it on the back of the net. So yeah, I think they are doing really good. They are very consistent in their performance, and yeah, we need to know that.
Appreciate it. I'll pass the mic.
Andre, you could unmute.
Hey, Adrian. Thanks for speaking with us. You mentioned Chewinga and how dangerous she can be in attack, and I wanted to kind of talk about her defensively as well. It almost seems like every single game we see her tracking back to stop a
Yeah.
transition or shutting down a side of the entire pitch for a team that likes possession. How do you contain or work to kind of either move the ball around? You can't really stop from using both sides of the pitch, but how do you kind of eliminate that or at least minimize the threat of her defensively?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, uh, probably one of the reasons why they are, performing like this is also because of the commitment that they have, also defending, like a player like her. Uh, she's very, humble and hardworking. She's able to run back, to drop, to defend the box if it's necessary, and then be able to attack. So we need to know that it is a team also that even though maybe they are in a mid block or low block, that they don't press, at some point they are gonna start jumping. Chawinga, Via, Devinya, Cooper. So we need to identify that when they start jumping, try to find, the spaces behind. But knowing that also, especially in the middle, they are waiting. They are waiting for you to put the ball there, and we need to be very accurate with those passes. Having also a really good rest defense because we know how dangerous they are in transitions. So yeah, I think as a team we need to be very, very close to each other with short distances. That makes the passes maybe easier. Try to have more accuracy in those passes, and yeah, identify also who is jumping and how. And from there, trying to identify who is open behind the player who is jumping. And just in case we lose it, try to be very aggressive in that counter press, and also being very, 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 responsible, like running back and, trying to protect our back, because we know that if they win it, they're going to put it there.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah. I also had a question about Kansas City and the way that they seem to operate. And I think it's more so just game state. It seems like they really start a game going really intently to put a lot of pressure on the opposition defense. They score more goals. They've scored more goals than anybody, but more in the first half than anybody as well. In the second half, they kind of drop back and are a bit more defensive. Does that maybe alter your game plan going into it, where you like, if we can weather this storm or keep the game close, the second half, we might have more opportunity?
Well, could be, but we don't know. I mean, every game is different. What I expect, and that's a personal opinion, obviously, that playing at home, they are gonna be very aggressive the first minutes, and they are gonna try to press, to jump, to allow you to play inside, and from there try to press very intense, and obviously after that trying to be very vertical if they win it back. So we need to know that. But again, I think it's kind of every game. The first minutes are always a little bit, just to see how the opponent is doing, who is jumping, how, which shape they have. So it's kind of identifying those spaces, and from there, we need to know that we are going to have chances, no doubts, in the first half and in the second half. We are creating chances every game. We are scoring goals. We are very dangerous in the way that we are attacked. So we are confident enough to know that doesn't matter what happens. So we are going to have chances to win the game.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Jason, do you have another one?
Sure. Adrián, I did after the last game, while we were standing in the mix zone, I noticed a few new faces coming down the steps in Spirit gear, not unlike what you're wearing right now. Did you add some staff in recent days to the coaching staff?
Yeah, we are bringing new people. We are just in a process where, we are building the new staff, and yeah, we are bringing new people. That obviously we need to, at the same time that we are competing. So we are trying to improve our coaching staff, and yeah, thinking about this season and also thinking about the next one.
And then, the normal question we always have, has everyone come through up to this point in training in terms of availability? Have there been any changes this week?
No, no changes.
Okay.
We have
Appreciate it.
training tomorrow, and let's see. But right now, there's no changes.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Andre, do you have another one?
Yeah, just one more. If that's okay.
Yeah.
This is a battle of the top two teams at the top of the table, but it feels like all season everybody's just said that Kansas City's been the best team in the league. Is that something that maybe mentality-wise you can use to the team as maybe the spirit of going into this game, as kind of everybody goes into the game against the current this season? There's no chance to really win.
If I'm honest with you, to me and to us is another game. Nothing special. I've said that before, and I will continue saying that. So we respect every opponent. It doesn't matter how they are on the table. I was getting, like, the other day against Chicago, like kind of like, oh, we were expecting something more because Chicago is maybe down on the table. And I say, okay, this is the NWSL. So now, this part of the season, it doesn't matter where you are on the table. So you can win, you can tie, you can lose any game. So we are gonna prepare the game as we do every week, showing the same respect that we have uh, to each opponent and believing in ourselves. So trying to do our thing, trying to exploit our strengths, and yeah, I mean, it is another game. So it's not gonna be the last game in the world or the final. Or I mean, we still have a lot of games. Obviously, we know that we have, I think, a lot of things to win, and to be honest, I don't think too many things to lose. So we are gonna go there with the same ambition, sorry, as we do every week.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.